what's up, True Team? It's your girl, Mickey Truth, SD's #1 urban blogger and the queen of paperwork. Listen, we have some names in South Carolina that when you from here, you already know. And to us, they done made it. And I'm going to be honest, when I came across this video, I said, hold on, what you mean? JetsonMade what? Listen, if we going to just get into the video.
We have Mickey Truth.
Who is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth. So the name of this video, y'all, is why JetsonMade suddenly disappeared. And I'm like, well, when did he disappear to? Right? Then I'm like, well, maybe they mean like he hasn't produced something recently or something, because I just thought JetsonMade. He ain't disappeared. He just posted on his Instagram. So I was intrigued to watch the video. And I said, you know what? In reaction mode, let's react to it. So let's go ahead and get started.
JetsonMade another one.
With more platinum hits than I have time to name, JetsonMade looked destined to keep working with the biggest stars in music for years to come. However, instead, today he is doing the total opposite.
Oh, that you actually got my money, bro.
Bro, I got 17,000 in Bitcoin right now.
You say what? What the f my laptop? Yeah, I got that.
No way, shit. I got the money here ready for you.
Bro, I'm about to pay for you. Gotta send me out my cheese, bro. I ain't gonna count with you.
If you ask Ken Carson, Jetson's fall out of the spotlight can all be traced back to this one specific night, when he was caught appearing to make the worst mistake possible as a producer. But, as we're about to see, the real true story is so much deeper. When you guys think of JetsonMade, the first thing that comes to mind is probably DaBaby. Yet, besides producing nearly half of DaBaby's debut album, including Suge, just 5 years ago, Jetson's beats and sounds could be heard all over, which is why the fact he's barely talked about today is crazy. So, what happened? Why did JetsonMade stop making it? Well, the even crazier part is, this has actually been his plan since day one. Long before he was turning beats he made in 20 minutes into worldwide hits, Taj Morgan was a kid in South Carolina who grew up in church.
Just being in church, honestly. Just seeing how an organ player can just change up the chord progression and just seeing the people reaction to it. That's what like drew me into wanting to actually make music.
Raised on mostly gospel music, it wasn't until his freshman year of high school when Jetson tried making his first beat. And rather than FL Studio like he works on now, he started on GarageBand on this old 2010 MacBook that, as he recalls,
I had to sell out my J's to get a computer. I had like $30 in my account and I ain't had bought nothing to eat. I ain't had nothing. And I was like, from that point on, I was like, bro, I ain't gonna never do no shit.
Purchasing this laptop to try and get his life back in order, and combined with pressure from his mom to not be a bum, Jetson enrolled at Charleston Southern University. But he didn't even last 2 semesters. I'm gonna be real with you, at the end of my first semester, 21 Savage dropped The Slaughter King, and I was on it. So that shit turned me back up mentally. Although far from the star he was about to become, Atlanta rapper 21 Savage was first to give JetsonMade a notable placement. And this one placement was all Jetson needed to chase his dream.
Just locked myself in the studio. Well, really, like, it wasn't even the studio. It was really like my girl house for like a whole year.
Yeah.
Just making beats. You know what I'm saying? I dropped out of school and I was like, I'm finna go all the way in.
Much to his mother's dismay, in dropping out of college, I told my mom I'm going to give music one more push, and if this don't do shit by 2018, then I'm done with it. Their agreement was set. If Jetson's music didn't pop in 365 days, then his plan was to quit making beats forever and follow in his dad's footsteps to get his CDL and drive trucks for a living. But little did Jetson know that only a few months later, he'd have his first platinum plaque hanging on his wall. All thanks to one DM.
So how you link with DaBaby?
Just some Carolina shit, really. He hit me on Instagram, I think.
Ever since nearby North Carolina rapper DaBaby heard one of JetsonMade's beats, the link-up was inevitable. And just like with all of his biggest records, after meeting up in person at a studio together in LA, as Jetson says, he literally had the beat for DaBaby's first hit cooked up within 20 minutes.
It's the first song y'all recorded?
Yeah, we ain't like.
What kind of producer are you?
Man, 15, 20 minutes.
15, 20, you got
Sure.
smashed.
Yeah, that's it.
Real.
That's how long it took me to do Suge.
Yeah.
Any song that you hear now, it probably took me 15, 20 minutes to make.
In fall of 2018 arrived their first official collab, alongside a music video directed by this guy named Savani, who has known Jetson since high school. That was, despite getting confronted by these locals during the shoot.
Everybody listen to the director, Savani.
Man, what's up?
He
What's
was
up with y'all?
that shit out.
What's happening? Oh, yeah. Oh.
Ain't nobody signed up a permission slip for me. Okay. Okay. Nah.
Where did they shoot that music video from? He said, who's not your permission slip? I've never heard this story, so I'm intrigued. I never knew the story behind JetsonMade, so okay.
I don't know nothing I ain't get told about.
These dudes would eventually leave them alone, but although 21 is certified gold, this was nothing compared to 2019, the year that changed everything.
Let's go.
If I had to guess, I would bet that what most of you hear after JetsonMade's producer tag is probably this song.
Oh Lord, Jetson made another one.
Huh?
It sounded like Jaws. Once I did that, I was like, I'm not gonna really add any more instruments into it because I'm like, it already got the suspense. Boom, 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 boom. When I put that in there, I swear to God, everybody was going crazy.
In 2019 arrived DaBaby's viral track Shug, featuring an instrumental by JetsonMade and Pooh Beats, plus the other 5 credits that JetsonMade has 2 on DaBaby's breakout project. In addition to getting nominated for a Grammy, Shug was an absolute aux-chord staple and one of the biggest songs of 2019. And so is their next collab Bop from DaBaby's next album, only a few months later. But the two are still just getting started.
Oh Lord, Jetson made another one.
So that's what I was gonna say. How'd you come up with your tag?
I kind of was making music with my boys. I was tired of like them having to introduce me for real.
So whose voice is that says Jetson made another?
That's my brother Rico.
By the end of 2019, JetsonMade was easily one of the hottest young producers. However, this raises our big question again. What happened to JetsonMade after he reached all this success? Well, right before what most people point to, his Playboi Carti incident, it was actually Jetson's next move in 2019 that quietly told us all we needed to know, and almost no one caught on. In an effort to help upcoming talent and artists who are not getting enough attention, 6 years ago, JetsonMade decided to launch his own record label, Boy Meets Space.
Hold on. Is that Nico Baby? Okay. Shout out to Nico Baby.
Jetson made another one. Welcome to Boy Meets Space Academy.
Signing a small list of local artists and producers from South.
Okay, let's pause it. JetsonMade, Nico Baby, Desktop, 18 Vino, rest in peace. First Class, haven't heard of Placilo, don't know. Produced by K, Zeno Crazy. PG Raw is still active. Y'all know we ran into him the other night. Rock Ken, a loop. So to be honest, 18 Vino, I've heard of. Nico Baby is actually rapping now. Song called Money On. PG Raw just was on a feature on Wild Hard Ride, 6 figures. I don't know everybody else, but that's interesting. I didn't know that. See, hey, I don't know how accurate this video is, but the story is definitely there. That storyline is there for sure.
Carolina, including this late rapper, 18 Vino. Despite diving into underground talent though, at his peak, this definitely did not mean the end of Jetson's mainstream run yet, as besides NBA Youngboy, to close out his phenomenal year, Jetson was able to then cross off another dream collab in 2019.
I just feel like everybody who know me know I've been a big Roddy fan, and I was just like, man, I'm gonna go crazy with this dude. I finally got to work with him, and we did a big record.
Start With Me was indeed a big record. However, like I've already covered in past videos about producers who have followed similar fates, this much success so fast can easily rush to your head, such as Murda Beats, for example, who admitted to getting complacent. I was like, man, we accomplished everything. Jetson recalled of his newfound status as a go-to hip-hop producer. I hit Billboard, I have a platinum track, and I've worked with all the artists I wanted to work with. It was like, I don't know what else I want as far as accomplishing things as a beat producer. It turns out JetsonMade has also admitted how hard it was to keep that same hunger. But the truth is, just 1 year later, Jetson destroyed his reputation without even realizing it. When you talk about a roller coaster of a year, 2020 was exactly this for JetsonMade. Because while his biggest controversy was right around the corner, the year actually started with his next radio smash that I know you all have heard.
Jet, it's Jack. You know how much I love you. You know how much that song means to me. You know how much you changed my life. I value your friendship so much.
When we get in the studio, we really just lock in.
I was actually a fan of Pooh before I knew him.
Working with Pooh Beats once again, the two picked up the track for which Jack Harlow credits for changing his life. What's poppin'?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was talking about Pooh Shiesty. I'm like, that I ain't know. Child, that's listening is key. And then the screen's so small, I'm over here like, that's why I'm looking over here to the big screen, like, what the word? All right.
How did these two meet? Basically just how DaBaby and Jetson did through Instagram. I reached out to him and honestly just saw the potential, said JetsonMade.
But he wasn't popping yet though.
No.
It's like a straight white man in this video, like unseasoned.
He got that swag though.
Now he do.
Nah, he had it back then.
Nah.
Combined with, we can't forget the What's Poppin' remix featuring 3 other big rappers, one of those being DaBaby. Besides a few more Jack and Jetson releases, when we look back, it was this month of April 2020 where our story takes a sharp turn.
Oh Lord, Jetson made another one.
Just a vibe. You gotta be high to rap on some shit like this.
Thanks to some help from Jetson's manager, this beat that he played one night on Instagram Live, this beat would eventually find its way to star rapper Playboi Carti, who not only liked it enough to rap over, but then decided to put it out as his first official release since his debut album, a new single titled At Me. And to say that this collab single and Carti's unique new sound caught fans by surprise, though, would be a major understatement.
Excuse me, let's just burn this up a little bit. Damn, shawty. Dude, I gotta work in my Cartinese. This man's been gone for so long, he created his own language.
Bro, you almost a minute in, and I ain't heard nothing but you better be harmonizing or something.
Whether you like the song or not, so working with Playboi Carti was a huge step for JetsonMade. And at least at first, everything seemed great between the two. Now, with that said, prior to me just telling you, you might have honestly had no idea that JetsonMade was the producer of At Me. Because despite clearly tagged in the snippet I played you, when Carti later dropped the song on streaming, Jetson's tag was nowhere to be found.
Why is there no producer tag on At Me? Cause I'm gonna use my tag and shit, but I'm about to chill. Like I'm finna really make hits without it. I look at it like, you don't look at it for real about no damn tag, you look at it about the sound. You know what I'm saying? I want my to know like, okay, this is what it is.
Like it is too with another big collab most people don't know Jetson produced since there's no tag, J. Cole's old single, Lion King on Ice. As of this video though, At Me remains Playboi Carti and JetsonMade's only release together. Because while he was initially set to be on A Whole Lotta Red 8 months later, Jetson was removed after this.
Proof that you actually got my money, bro.
Bro, I got 17,000 in Bitcoin right now.
Bro, you said what? What the f*** my laptop? Ain't play around.
Do you have the other one? The place one?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, I got it.
No way. Show me you actually got it. I got the money here ready for you.
Bro, I'm about to pay food. You gotta send me out my cheese, bro. I ain't gonna count with you. Man, shit, you got this shit in the game, bro. I don't know got time for this shit.
Bro, I thought you wanted money.
I'm coming back in 2 minutes, bro. Let me get my laptop.
Alright.
Hold on, no, Jetson. Like, no, it got to be something more to this, because ain't no way. Because I ain't gonna lie, the dude talking got me looking at sideways like, you laughing and shit. We trying to handle business. What you on? Jetson, hit me up. We got to talk about this, because what?
In July of 2020, this leaked phone call hit the internet and changed JetsonMade's career forever. On this call, we can clearly hear him continuing a conversation about selling songs, and not just any songs, but specifically Playboi Carti's previously unreleased fan favorite, Place, in exchange for 17,000 in Bitcoin from this random dude, telling him that he has the song after they play a snippet. Before then, the call ends, with Jetson saying he'll call back in 2 minutes. But unfortunately, the damage had already been done.
Alright, so I owe y'all an explanation. So, initially, we had Jetson's phone number because, you know, we just got that shit. So we was gonna troll him. Then he plays Place. Then he's like, yeah, I got that. And he sounded, you could tell in the video, he sounded hella serious. Like, he didn't sound like he was trolling.
Hold on. So, random person calls Jetson's phone and he's trying to sell Playboi Carti's unreleased track? Nah, I ain't buying that. Like, that, I don't know. I feel like, and I don't even know the story. Jetson had to just been trying to get the little Bitcoin. I don't think he was going to really do that because, like, it don't even make sense some random person hit you up on the phone with an accent. No disrespect, but
or some shit. And even if he was showing or he didn't have the song, he's up for even like suggesting to sell a Carti song in any type of way, knowing he got connections.
At JetsonMade, why are you selling Carti songs to me? You're the reason A Whole Lotta Red is being delayed. Read the caption on the video. And your beats are shit, by the way. This leaked call was blowing up by the hour, and so to try and get ahead of it, first came this post. That video I'll keep posting is cap, JetsonMade claimed on his story. I was definitely trolling. Sharing these alleged messages where he texts that I ain't leaking no music. According According to the other guy's side of the story, though,
and when he's talking about the Bitcoin and shit like that, he sounded hella serious. He's like, "Oh, I need my cheese right now." He's asking him to send him.
Yeah, I think Jetson was trying to finesse, and you know, everybody looking for some clout and some viralness. Why he on a call though, doing all that is crazy. But I personally feel like it was a finesse, because like the dude ain't even sound like a reliable person even be having that type of real conversation with if you was on some trying to leak some shit, like on some real stuff though. I don't know, that's just my opinion. How y'all feel about it? Let's continue the video.
The money and he'll send him the song. So by the end of the recording, since he has two like phones, he could kind of hear himself, so he goes quiet a bit and then he hops off the line. He's like, "Oh, I'll call you back." So after he hears himself, he hops off the phone and then he's like, "No, I'm not gonna leak no music," because he knew what we were gonna do. He already knew we recorded the video when he heard the playback. So that's why he posted that screenshot, because he heard the playback.
This evidence of Jetson, at the very least.
Well, hold on, but how you know? Let's see. I know it's definitely South Carolina against everybody. Yeah, we got to start that up. Carolina against everybody. But no, on some real stuff. Like you assuming though at this point. You assuming. Because like you don't know if he heard it or not. You probably just was taking too long with sending the money. I don't know. But that's crazy though, Jetson, if this is how it went. But I just ain't buying it. Until you say so. Let's see if they got a clip of him in this video saying so.
Appearing interested in selling plays was an awful look. Yet, he and his team continued to argue it was a troll. "Bruh, can y'all stop adding me in this shit? It's a damn troll," his manager tweeted. "Jet made over 100 racks today alone. He ain't gotta leak songs. LMAO, F is wrong with y'all."
Think with y'all head, man. Don't think about no more internet, no chopped up video, man. I need to goddamn leak some shit. Why would I leak my own shit, idiots? This is what I made today. Why would I leak my own shit, though?
Flexing again and claiming that he made over 100K in a day, with some fans coming to his defense, arguing Jetson was instead trying to reverse scam this guy and was going to block him after they sent the Bitcoin. Regardless of his true intentions, the evidence was already out, and there was no turning back. "Oh Lord, Jetson sold another one," came this first tweet by Ken Carson. "Damn you, Jetson. Thanks, Jetson. We were actually done." What Ken was referring to here was them being done with the track list for Carti's chart-topping album Whole Lotta Red, that combined with this tweet here, it was clear JetsonMade was going to be featured on. But if we've learned anything from Lil Uzi Vert and his past behavior towards leakers,
like I should be slapping this shit out your frail ass. Stand up, skinny bitch. Nigga, sit down. What's wrong with you? Hacking on my shit, and leaking my music. Nigga, that's my goddamn job. Got a relationship with other that I with, old bitch.
selling unreleased music is the #1 way to get yourself blackballed as a producer, especially when it comes to these rappers like Uzi and Carti, who are two of the most leaked in the game. But while not quite as publicly shamed as Uzi here, JetsonMade was still forced to face consequences for his actions. "Cut Jetson's ass off," one user typed in the Discord. "We just did," replied Carti's team member and producer Richie. "Everything is being handled now." When Whole Lotta Red finally released on Christmas of 2020, not one of the album's 24 beats was produced by JetsonMade, such as this other unreleased leak, Money and Drugs, that despite being another fan favorite, Money and Drugs was assumed to be cut due to being a Jetson beat. Karma a B, tweeted Pierre Bourne a few hours later, who, remember, is the producer of Plays. But if getting shunned out of the Carti community wasn't enough, it wasn't long before Jetson's personal phone number was leaked online, for the entire world to see. Tell Jetson thanks for delaying Whole Lotta Red. However, if you ask JetsonMade to explain his side of the story,
what's your thoughts on like what really happened?
Shit, bro. Like really nothing happened. To be honest, like shit, I'm at the crib and he started playing my beats. But he in my Dropbox. Like he got the camera flipped and he on the computer on my Dropbox. So I'm like, all right, you hacked my Dropbox. Cause like the night before, like my shit was going crazy anyway. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, all right, bro, what y'all like? What you want, bro? Like, what you want? You hacked my Dropbox. What you want?
claiming that, first of all, this guy on the phone had hacked his Dropbox, meaning that he would have already had access to his unreleased beats. It's up to you what side you want to believe. But again, to this day, according to JetsonMade, he doesn't think the situation was even a big deal.
So just like the relationship thing with you and Carti, so it's just a whole misunderstanding, basically.
That shit really played, to be real. I don't even know why people took it so seriously.
In my opinion, it's pretty hard to believe this was all just nothing after seeing the reaction from Carti's team that we covered. However, with his reputation as a trustworthy producer now destroyed, was JetsonMade ever able to bounce back? Hoping to put this drama behind him, the following year of 2021 was indeed much less eventful. But as a result, watch JetsonMade go the entire 12 months without a single Billboard charting song. The key difference is, though, rather than making beats for the biggest names, 2021 saw Jetson lock in with artists that most people have never heard of. From producing for underground guys such as Can, DC the Don, Ty Fontaine, Highway, Rod Ken, or fellow South Carolina native PG Rock, just to name a few. Clearly, for JetsonMade, the days of chasing chart success were behind him.
Dang though, like that's crazy. Come on, artists that nobody never heard of is crazy. 11, and that's the name of this channel. That's crazy. PG Raw is popular here in South Carolina, though. I got to give him to that, but that's crazy. Though. Now, I don't know what he was in 2020 because I didn't know who he was in 2020. But
however, while we'll answer in a sec if this is truly what he wanted for his career, or if he was forced to because no one else wanted to work with him, to make matters worse for his mainstream return, 2021 was also the year when this happened.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly transmitted diseases yourself on like that. Fellas, lights up. Fellas, you ain't so in the parking lot. Put your cell phone like
Let's be real about this.
Like I'm sure you guys remember, DaBaby's interesting comments here during Rolling Loud Miami, with cancel culture at its peak, took DaBaby's popularity from an all-time high to down in the ditch basically overnight. Festivals started dropping him, sponsors kicked him to the curb left and right, and even DaBaby won't deny the significant impact this night had on his career.
350, 400, that's where I was right before the, you know what I'm saying, the shift and that shit.
What's the lowest that it went down? Yeah, because you still got to keep
back
running.
down to like 30,000.
Revealing that his booking price literally dropped by 90%. With this considered, it was no surprise when DaBaby's next album flopped. And not just DaBaby's, but hoping to recapture their old magic together, 2022 watched DaBaby and JetsonMade link back up for the sequel to their biggest project, Baby on Baby 2. So, was this album any good? With Jetson handling production on 8 of the 14 songs, unfortunately, just like its cover art, Baby on Baby 2 is terrible.
Bro, that's crazy. This nigga dropped a 14 pack of ass. No, I really can't believe this, bro.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't never listened to that, so I don't even know. What songs is on that? Oh, I ain't never heard their song on that album. No Condom is crazy.
Bro, like this is legit like all ass.
Both the reviews as well as the sales numbers agree that this album was forgettable. Compared to his previous first week numbers, DaBaby had fallen from over 120k units to now only 16,000. Making the argument that he was blackballed by the industry, many wondered if JetsonMade was too after trying to leak Carti songs, which, just by judging by his releases ever since, including his most recent EP in 2025 with this underground rapper from Dallas, JetsonMade's lack of major collabs lately only supports this belief. However, here is the truth. Exactly like we saw even back at the height of his career in 2019 when he launched his own label, rather than mainstream success, JetsonMade has one simple goal: to make music that he genuinely enjoys, even if that means working with artists nobody knows yet. And the Playboi Carti drama, that may have just been the final straw, sending Jetson back to why he loves making music in the first place.
I want to work with everybody, bro. I'm not even gonna, you know, everybody say Drake, all the big stars and all that, but I want to work with who the new stars. I don't even know their name yet. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that I want to work with.
Out of the batch who everybody is rocking with, I go and find the underdog in that situation, or the person I think I could make the best music with, and that's who I'm tapping in with, Jetson said to The Fader back in 2019, despite at the peak of his hype with DaBaby.
So with Jetson's thing, he likes to be the guy that breaks the new guy. Even like take it back to before it's popping, even after like Suge and Bob with DaBaby, he was already talking to me like, okay, like what's next? I'm like, man, Travis Scott. And he's like, yeah, that's cool, but like I want to find the next guy that I'm gonna break.
It makes perfect sense now that you're saying it. Him starting his own label, Boy Meets Bass, that like fits perfectly exactly with what you're saying of like he does want to cultivate and develop that next big act.
Yeah, and that's always been his thing.
Granted the luxury of his past hits, leaving him financially stable for years to come, in 2026, JetsonMade could care less about clout. I think now my biggest inspiration has just been the unknown and just doing stuff that sounds good, not knowing where it's gonna go. I could go make a song with Joe Blow down the streets and put it on the internet, and the right person might just make a TikTok to it, and it blows up because it's a good song. Rather than Joe Blow, at 29 years old and having already accomplished more than what most producers do in their entire lives, Jetson is content with now stepping back into a more coach-type position. So, while in the eyes of the mainstream, this has led to a disappearance, in reality, this is a sacrifice JetsonMade is willing to trade.
It be kind of like hard when you talking to people, bro, and they like, bro, why you ain't doing this? Yeah. And that make you the most money. And it's like, it ain't gonna make sense to you now, It might not make sense to you ever, but it's like, nigga, this is why I do this shit.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. When I first saw that, I thought I was gonna go total left. I don't know all about the Playboi Carti. It don't situation. It do sound like he was trying to finesse because I mean, we from South Carolina, the finesse is this. But I can see why people took that serious. However, maybe a month ago, I may not have this to say because I had never spoken to JetsonMade. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm about to tell y'all some real stuff, right? I was windmilling recently. Okay, I was about to give up on trying to even really break the scene down in South Carolina, the Carolinas, however you want to word it. And JetsonMade told me some real stuff, right? That made me really change my focus. Focus on those that see the picture. Everybody else, they either gonna catch on or they won't. But focus your energy on those. And I say, you know what, you're right. And that gave me another burst of life. So at the end of the day, hey, that coach part of him, I done felt it just, and he don't know me, but he spoke that into the situation. So shout out to him. So shout out to JetsonMade. He's still a hometown hero. Even if whatever, he still made it to where a lot of people haven't made it. And even like DaBaby, he produces makes a lot of dope beats, got music going on. PG Raw is still moving around. So at the end of the day, look, I support him. Like for real, whatever he got going on, coaching, chilling, whatever. Hey, but I don't know if all that information was true, but it was put together right. Y'all get in the comments, let me know what you think. Like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend, I pull up on your girl, Make Your Truth. Catch you on the next one. Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
I'm trying to conquer the world, coming from where I come from. Hey, this your girl, Mickey Truth, #1 blogger in South Carolina. Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot because my slots be filling up fast. What's up, Truth Team? I am here, okay? About to get a touch of love. Yes, I'm at Touch of Love Massage Shop, okay? Now listen, I've been getting my massages through Touch of Love for years, even before it was a shop to come to. But let me show you around, and then I got to get ready because I'm feeling a little tense. And let me tell you, if you work in like call centers, streamers, YouTubers, sitting at that desk all the time, you definitely need to be tapping in and get your massage. So let's take a tour. So it was located in a nice multi business building. The suite was set up real comfortably. It was like to the back, and the candles was burning. The aromatherapy was definitely there. Okay, so I had to get undressed, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get all the way undressed. But anyway, like I said, being getting massages, Nakia is awesome at what she does, and let me tell y'all, them hands are blessed, okay? I got the full body massage, including, okay, the hot stones. And when I say that hour went so fast, I even went to sleep. And I always go to sleep during massage for some reason. But yeah, definitely needed that because y'all know I had a night ahead of me, okay? Hey guys, I'm Nakia. I am the owner-operator of Touch of Love Massage Services. I always start with the information of what massage is. So massage is the manipulation of muscles. Exercise is the manipulation of muscles. The only difference is we are manually using our hands to do those activities. So a lot of people look at massage as a luxury when really it's a health necessity. So I'm more on the medical side of things. So if you're experiencing any pain of any sort, muscles is 90% of pain, so I would recommend you to come and get a massage. How can they follow you?
I do have my business page, Touch of Love Massage Services, on Instagram. I have Touch of Love Massage Services on Facebook. And if you want to set an appointment with me, you can look me up on Setmore. It's an app platform online where you can book appointments.
Hey, there you have it. And y'all, I feel like a new woman, but now it's time to parties. I'll catch y'all on the next one.